Hi, I'm Matt and welcome to the mess, which is my desk. And today is a mail day and we've got 3 packages here, and over there to our left is a big package. So we're going to do the big package separately. I've got no idea what's in it. I'm sure we will find out very shortly though. So let's do the little ones first. Let's start with the smallest one, which we've got here. And let's open this up and see what we've got. That feels rather heavy. Oh, brilliant. Okay, so these, again, are from Banggood. Links to them will be in the video description for you. And the reason why I've bought them is because I keep losing. Can you see that? It's like 50 million drill bits. Okay, so I think they're, by the looks of it, they are 1mm, 1.5, 2.5, and 3mm drill bits. And the reason why I bought those is because, especially these smaller ones, is that I just go through them so quickly. You only need to put like a little bit of pressure on these, and they go ping and break. So I've been and bought lots and lots of replacements, and happy days. I think they cost like £2, £3, something like that. Super cheap and really damn useful. So yeah, I saw that they were on offer, so I grabbed a couple of those. Let's go for the next one, which doesn't look like a Banggood one. This looks more like an eBay one. And the eBay seller did good, but didn't. Where's my box? Here. Oi. Damn it. Right, this was from, doesn't say. I'll tell you on the label. This was from shoprc.co.uk, and they've nicked my plastic box. Why I say that they've nicked my plastic box is because typically this motor comes in a plastic box with the motor inside there, and I like the plastic box. Can you see what I do to my plastic boxes? I make flight control boxes and stuff out of them, but yeah, they've not included that in there, so I don't know if they took it out because of weight or what. But anyway, what is it? In short, it's an EMAX 1806 motor, and the reason why I bought this is because it is the suggested motor for the flying wing, which I bought the other day. And I can tell you, it's absolutely diddy. So on the side, it says EMAX MT 1806 2280 kV, made in China, CE Rohis or whatever. Yeah, very diddy little thing. I think we're going to put like a 50-30 propeller on it or something like that. We'll try their suggested setup for the little, it's a little 550mm flying wing. It's a diddy little thing. So yeah, maybe that is an appropriate motor for it. I don't know. That's what they suggested, so that's what I went with. And I just bought it off eBay because it was super cheap and I knew it would be with me here in a couple of days. Ideally, it would have been here with the box, but no. Anyway, it was dirt cheap, so happy days. I don't think I'll keep the box, stick that in the recycling pile, but that needs to go on one side. Right. Oh, and by the way, the wing hasn't turned up yet, so I'll let you know how I go on that one. I'm just checking my bag for extras. Oh, I don't know if you remember, a couple of days back we had little sad faces on our packages. Now, I was going to make a video saying, Banggood, stop putting sad faces on my packages. But Helen, it was actually the woman at the post office, wasn't it? To point out that they were a priority mail item or something like that, wasn't it?
And she'd run out of happy faces.
And she'd run out of happy faces, so she was only left with sad ones. So yeah, bit of sad post at the moment, but it's caused by Royal Mail, not Banggood. So I withdraw that statement about Banggood putting sad faces on my mail. So anyway, let's move that to one side, and yeah, you can tell this is a Banggood one. Let's have a look. What have we got on here then? Check that for rubbish. Right. Ooh, another one of these smaller receivers. Now, let me get this open, and the reason why I'm after this is because... Is this the one which supports SBUS? Yeah, look at the size of that. Okay, there's my fat finger. with glue all over it. There's my fat finger, and look at the size of that receiver. Absolutely diddy. And this RangeX receiver pumps out, wait for it, SBUS. Get in. Look at the size of it. It weighs, ooh, let's get the scales out. I don't even know if the scales are going to pick the weight up on it. Just turn that on. Right, so 0 grams. Pop that on there. 2 grams. So any ideas where I might be putting that? Da-da-da. Oh, and by the way, that's the QX90 frame, and it's utter rubbish. You have to try and cram everything in there. And look, that's why it's rubbish. It leaves your video transmitter really, really open. Whereas in the other frame, which was on my desk, the larger one, a million times better. So the QX90 frame, yeah, don't waste your money on it. Pay like £1 more and get a bigger frame, and then it makes all your components much more safer for when you crash your micro quadcopter. Anyway, that was the reason why I bought this. It does come with a lead, and you probably want to know that the lead also weighs 2 grams. So combined, they weigh 4 grams. Yeah, absolutely nothing, and you could probably save a bit of weight by taking out the wires which you don't use. So I'm guessing A1 and maybe RX might be to do with telemetry. So not entirely sure, but a very, very diddy little receiver, and I bought that for the micro quadcopter. Again, the full specification and details about this and any of the other items, there'll be links in the video description for you. So let's get that back in its packet so I don't lose that lead, because I'll be right up poo straight if I don't have that lead. So let's stick that in there. And of course we'd probably save on that lead, be it weighing 2 grams, you would probably get that down to 1 gram, because you don't need a lead that long and you don't need half of those wires. You only need 3 of them plus VCC, ground, and your SBUS wire, and you may or may not send back telemetry or choose to do that. So yeah, super light, and I think it was about 10-11 quid, so it wasn't like a deal breaker. And we get a sticky label to stick on the wife. Oh, the look. Anyway, as you can tell, the wife's in there in the office as well. Also, I bought one of these, the TS832 48 channel AV transmitter. So it's for FPV, and the reason I bought this and not one of the cheaper ones, and only moderately more expensive. Oh, actually, look at the size of that. Right, the reason why I bought this was because it also output the voltage for the receiver. So for the actual camera itself, I'm just seeing what we've got on there. It doesn't actually say, but the reason why I bought this one was because it does pump out the VCC line, so ground, and then I can't remember if it's 5 or 12 volts for your actual FPV camera, so it saves you having to run a separate BEC within your model. But actually, look at the size of that. It's monstrous. It is. Yeah, that's definitely going to be for a bigger model, because it's massive. Let me put that on the scales. 20 grams that weighs, and approximate dimensions. I'm just going to quickly do this on my desk. 3 centimeters wide by 5.5 centimeters tall by, say, 1 centimeter deep. It's a big, look at the size of that compared to, it's bigger than the Immersion RC video transmitters. That's nuts. So yeah, weird. Oh, and it's also got an RP SMA connector on the top. So you remember those adapters which I opened up the other day? Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm using that. So what else do we get in the box? We have a product instruction manual, which is English, is not that bad. Not that bad at all. But some of these, let me have a look at FR4. Yeah, right. So that's Fat Shark compatible. I can see down on range 4. Channel 1 is 5740, which is, and that the rest of those are the Fat Shark bands. So those of you which are using Fat Shark, happy days. It looks like you can change the, oh no, the buttons on the back. Oh, it's got a microphone built in. Look at that. Is that a microphone? I reckon that is a microphone. See that in the back right hand corner? That looks like a microphone, but they've been and covered it with the plastic film. So yeah, even if it was the best quality microphone in the world, it probably is not that good. So I didn't expect it to have a onboard audio, but that does definitely look like a microphone. How curious is that? We turn it back round. Yeah, it's 2 buttons on the front. That's for the channel. The one on the left is Frsky, so that's the frequency range, and that's the channel button. Happy days. So I want frequency range, excuse me, 4, and then channels 1 through to 8, so it gets picked up on my Fat Sharks. And what does it say for? It says DC in. So what's its range of inputs? Operating range is 7 to 16 volts. So what's that? 2S, 3S, and potentially 4S at a push. So yeah, that's a curious one. And then on the wires out, you've got video in, cam V out. So it is pumping out the voltage for the camera. Now I'm not entirely sure which voltage it is. So rather than me just fumbling around, I will put a link to, I'll mention what the output voltage is. It's most likely 5 volts, which it's going to pump out, rather than 12 volts. Because looking at the circuitry on the back of there, I can see a couple of, by the looks of it, diodes, I'm guessing, on the back of that. But yeah, it's curious. I don't really see like an inverter chip, if that makes sense. So yeah, it probably just pumps out 5 volts because we've just got, yeah, there's one regulator there on the right hand side, and it looks like there's another one as well. So I reckon this board actually runs on 5 volts, and then we've got 5 volts out going for the camera, and then we've probably got one of these little inverters down here, which is to actually supply the board itself. As far as soldering goes, it looks pretty good. We've got a bit, it's not actually soldering, we've got some white splash over, and again, you won't probably see this on the camera, but there's some white splash over on the right hand side. I don't know what would have caused that. And yeah, we've got the same on these connector plugs. So yeah, that's curious what's caused that. It's like they've put too much flux on them. But lovely shiny connections on there. Not bad at all. Nice big fat mashy buttons. Yeah, so for its size, it does make using it easier. It's better than the tiny little buttons you got on the micro receivers. But yeah, happy days. What else have we got in here? Look, oh, nice lead. It's a plastic cable rather than it being a silicone, but it does feel really, really good quality. So yeah, maybe for its size, and especially considering its price. So yeah, there's our power in, which has got a nice JST connector, which appears to be wired up the right way round. Not that I've ever had a JST connector received and they've wired it the wrong way round, which is positive on the right, black on the left, by the way. And then what we've got here is our power out. So we'll have black. I'm assuming that the red is 5 volts. If I'm incorrect, I'll put a green bar on the video for you. And then yellow is our video in. And I still want to know if that's a microphone on the back. It really does look like one. And I'll tell you what, I'll take a photograph of this and put it up on your screen right now so you can see if you think that's a microphone as well. So yeah, how curious. Does it say audio on here? Yeah, audio output level. I'm just quickly trying to read the description. It doesn't really say. It says audio carrier frequency. So I reckon that is a microphone on the back. And if so, they've been and covered it up with the shrink wrap. So if you're actually that concerned about the audio, that you would want to cut that out so you get a better sound quality out of it. And there's no audio input in here, which you could class as being a negative or a positive. It depends whether you actually listen to, put the headphones in your Fat Sharks, for example. But yeah, much, much bigger than what I expected. And it comes with a rubber ducky, which says Pro antenna on it. But hey ho, they do work pretty well. And if you haven't got a Spiranet one, the clover leaf, then it's not the end of the world. They do pretty work for quite far. So as much as people slag them off, they do work. Don't knock them. Always keep a spare one if you can in your bag, because if you break one of your clover leaves, one of those will work perfectly fine temporarily. Just don't go super far away, if that makes sense. So yeah, happy days. We'll go and get that wired up, and fingers crossed you'll work fine. And let's pop that back in there, and happy days. So as always, while I'm packing my stuff up here, what did you receive in the post this week? Do let me know, and you can let me know in the comments section underneath this video. It doesn't matter if it's a little receiver, maybe it's a video transmitter. I would be super curious, and you can let me know in the comments section underneath this video. And as always, from myself, Matt, cheerios!